I fashion myself a pretty smart person who pretty much has every great idea of all time, but the best new idea to happen in sports that I didn't come up with, the fucking Elam Ending. It's awesome. What's up, FCF fans? This is Grant, the clearly most handsome co-founder around these parts. And I'm actually not going to really rant today. I'm going to talk about something I think is pretty awesome and near and dear to my heart. Just a few minutes ago, my team, the U, well, really it's called Category 5, it's a bunch of old Miami alumni, just lost in the Sweet 16 round of TBT, the basketball tournament. For those of you who don't know, the TBT, it's basically like an NCAA tournament, but for guys who didn't quite make the pros and aren't still in college. Sort of like all the best summer league style teams who come together in this 64-team tournament, winner take all. The winning team gets $1 million. They split it up amongst the players. As I mentioned, my team just lost. They got smoked, actually, by some team from Buffalo. And what was interesting, though, was that it was still entertaining. See, the end of the TBT games, they have this thing called the Elam Ending. Elam was some professor from Indiana or someplace like that who theorized that it would actually be better to watch a basketball game where there was a set score at the ending and not a time-based ending. Because, most basketball games, you end up with guys dribbling out the clock or a team who's losing fouling to try and extend the game. It slows it down. It's not that exciting. It's kind of boring most of the time. His idea was, let's make sure every game ends on a made basket. So what they do in the TBT is they implement the Elam Ending. Inside 4 minutes, the first stoppage of clock, sometimes they even call a timeout to force it. They take whoever team has the lead and they add 8 points to their score. So if your team's up 89 to 82, inside 4 minutes, there's a foul or a timeout. Now they say the winning score is 97. And it's whoever gets there first. It could take 1 minute, it could take 20 minutes. They don't really care. But they know the game's gonna end on a walk-off shot and both teams have a chance. The team who had the lead still has a better chance, but both teams have a chance. That's what just happened in this Miami game. And even though we were getting smoked, it was actually pretty awesome. I stayed tuned into the end, even though we lost by like 14 and some Buffalo guy hit another 3 from the corner to walk off. It was actually a pretty crappy ending for Miami. But it was pretty entertaining as a sports fan. So it got me thinking, could we do the same thing in the FCF? Like, could we actually have our games end at a certain score? Maybe when we get to the middle of the second half, we say, all right, whatever team has the lead, we add 2 touchdowns to that. Or maybe before the game even starts, we say, first to 30. We got pretty lucky in our first season, and we had a bunch of games end in walkouts. Hell, the Zappers, my squad, ended with back-to-back Hail Mary catches.
Executed by the Zappers. Instead, it's Smith. As time expires, Smith to the end zone. Tossed it up. Hold it in.
Shit, you couldn't even script that. It was wild. Anyways, I don't think we can expect that all the time. So I guess the question is for fans, would you like to see us do an Elam Ending? Some version of that where it's instead of a game ending on time, it ends at a certain score. It would help make sure there weren't that many blowouts, or the blowouts at least would be over early. I think it'd be pretty dope. I think it's probably the best invention in sports that we didn't invent in the last couple years.